Oh, it's much better. this window right here, click on Spotify Premium, and hit OK. Now from here, what you're going to do is hold your Alt key on your keyboard. This allows you to crop. I'm going to go all the way down to my song down here, give it a little room in case it's longer. Go. Now I can resize it and place it anywhere I want. And all you need to do, you got Spotify is open, or else this will disappear. If this helped you out, make sure you drop a boy a follow here, and also subscribe to the YouTube. See you guys later. Play music and want to know how to get a Spotify overlay? Well, lucky for you, I got you. Let's get it. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have Spotify open. The next step is you're going to want to open up your streaming software. From here, you click the little plus sign, add a window capture. I'm going to call it Spot for Spotify. Click OK. And then you're going to click on this window. Right here, click on Spotify Premium.
É o acabado em que não cria.
Can you guess which country this is? Maybe?
It's the short dash lines on the road right there. It's Sweden, right?
Correct.
$6 meal.
Me and my friend just made a new song. Remember when MGK tried to make fun of Eminem's stutter?
Excuse me a minute. How long do you...
The best mental model is God wants, and he's going to teach me through suffering. He's going to make this difficult, and he's going to make me feel pain, and he's going to make this as hard as he decides it needs to be. Sit here and learn things, and I'm going to learn. The best mental model is for me to learn something, and he's going to teach me through suffering. He's going to make this difficult. The best mental model is God wants me to learn something, and he's going to teach me. He's going to make this difficult, and he's going to make me feel pain, and he's going to make and he's going to make me feel.
Cam, what else is going on?
I went to Canada. Canada was cool.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I seen a red dot Indian nigga.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, never seen one
Is that
before in
because
person.
you're pointing your Glock at him?
Tony, that was good. That was good as hell. Yes.
Cam, what else is going on?
I went to Canada.
a chance to... Okay, I'll see you soon. Oh my...
Calculate how much chemical energy is in your body. You absorb that energy when you're growing, and you can build your body. Yeah, I'm one of those who's a little worried when we give our return address broadcast out into space, because you don't give your email to strangers. Broadcast out to the gaps of interstellar space. So I'm a little worried about that, but then I think about it, and I say nearly every portrayal of an alien in Hollywood is evil. Going right on back to War of the Worlds with H.G. Wells. And I'm thinking, why? Do we have any insights that aliens are... Or is it really to ourselves? It's not imagined knowledge of how aliens behave. It's actual knowledge of how they have behaved. Yeah, I'm one of those who's a little worried when we give our return address out into space, because you don't give your email to strangers in the street, yet we're giving you coordinates of Earth, broadcast out to the gaps of interstellar space. So I'm a little... Right on back to War of the Worlds with H.G. Wells. And I'm thinking, why? Insights that aliens would be evil? Or is it really a mirror to our...
I will under every video they use in this shot. Hi, what's my total? 43 bucks.
What does it even you or a person like you? Like, what does that even look like?
I've always wanted the same thing. I wouldn't date me, especially back then. I think I'm a okay guy. Woke up in the military, which is around 5 o'clock, 4:35 a.m. I'd go to work, do my 5-mile, 6-mile run, PT, eat, sneak, have another like 3 beers. If I was lucky, I could get a 6-pack in, and then after work, I would stop by the gas station, get a 6-pack, 12-pack, and by the time I was walking into the front door of my apartment, that was already gone. So I'd stop at the gas station again, get a bottle of Jack Daniels, another 6-pack, and I'd finish all that and do it again the next day, and that continued for, like I said, years.
What is it even like to date you or a person like you?
Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety. Somebody's it's my
I believe you are a Christian priest. Isn't that where you went to surgery?
I am a priest, but I am also a man.
And do you love human beings?
Our Lord loved all human beings. His love was friends. Friends come and go, because you have friends when you're young, but you will understand who your real friends is when money comes in. Friends come and go, because you have friends when you're young, but you will understand who your real friends is when money comes in. Friends come and go, because you have friends when you're young, but you will understand who your real friends is when money comes in. Friends come and go.
Scary things you didn't know.
Has been quoted as saying
You know why computers speak in ones and zeros? This is because they use electric signals. These electric signals within computers can either be on or off. So why do computers speak in binary? You can think of binary almost a single binary digit, also known as a bit, is the smallest unit of data within a computer. A bit can have a value of 1 or 0, 1 usually being considered as on, true, high, or yes, and 0 is usually considered to be off, false, low. A bit is one single binary digit. A nibble is 4 binary digits, so 0101. Any string of 4 will be called a nibble, and a byte is 8. The letter A, the computer is going to flash an 8-bit string. It will be off, on, off, 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 on. And on your monitor, it will display just an 8.
I used to do.
Some Americans complaining, comparing Berlin to a toxic boyfriend, explaining like, oh, but free healthcare and workers' rights and freedom of speech. Well, you get still beaten up by police if you march for Gaza, but at least they. And I'm like, just because your boyfriend beats the shit out of you every day, fucking rapes you while all his billionaire mates are watching, doesn't mean that I can't complain about mine, okay? Being a psychopath is not a baseline. It doesn't mean I have to be grateful. It's like saying like children in Africa are starving, so I can never complain about how bland the food is in Germany. Or, I just should be grateful. Or just like, so should you, America. Being mad, complaining about shooting your kids here and there. I don't know. Lives matter more than it is the Some Americans complaining about my video comparing Berlin to a toxic boyfriend, explaining like, oh, but you have free healthcare rights and freedom of speech. Well, you get still beaten up by police if you but at least they won't deport you. And I'm like, just because your boyfriend beats the shit out of you every day, fucking rapes you while all his billionaire mates are watching, doesn't mean that I can't complain about mine, okay?
It's for a dueling pistol. This is really neat. We have the Fritillays. This is ivory that is bowed in there.
That was pretty common because what they used to do with ivory a lot is like the background and stuff like that. If you couldn't see that well, they put bone in there because it was a lot cheaper than ivory. Whoever made this, he was good. You see how he inlaid this with gold, and this is one gluing technique where you get a different gluing technique where you get that color, and then the third one there. How much do you get out of this?
$20,000 is fair for this or an 8.
I mean, just call someone up. Someone's going to know a lot more than I am. They're going to know about the value better. But I have a friend who will know everything.
Yeah, that
So
works.
here it is.
Wow, the detail is stunning. The fleur-de-lis puts it absolutely French. This is somebody who has permission or is somehow associated with the crown. You didn't just decide you wanted a climbing flask and throw the crown on. But on the other side, this is very clearly King Henry II.
So what do you think it's worth?
$20,000.
It's a 17th century powder flask. I understood it. It's for... But you don't understand. It's always better.
This fat's okay. Because a strong word. It's I'm just trying to piss him off. You can they're not very. Stop. It almost makes me want to say fuck it. YouTube chat on screen. Is we're like room like have all the chats combined. That's far.
Still putting up points. Because there's always going to get touched. Come on, man. Still put up points. Come on, man.
So not too long ago, I made a video about how out of all of my viewers, only one of them is watching my videos on a Samsung refrigerator. That's when I saw this video of someone watching that video on their refrigerator.
You just fridge and scroll through short.
Thing I've ever seen. He's even subscribed. Anyways, here's a quick challenge. Remix this video watching my videos on something even crazier than a refrigerator. I want to see how wild it gets. So not too long ago, I made
The co-founder of Robinhood.
People are just sheep that will just do whatever they're told, whatever they're fucking told. I mean, like, I would have liked half of those people more than the people that I'm around.
You probably have all in common. You know, it's crazy, isn't it? Okay, he's going for a gun. He's got a gun. He's aiming at it. Now, is he protecting his family? And is he a carpenter?
Yeah.
He needs an AK because he lives in fucking Ramadi. You're in his house. Imagine someone doing that here. You know.
I don't know what the percentage of people that actually stand up for what they believe in. I thought it was until 2020 came around, and then I realized, man, the majority of these fucking people are just sheep. Sheep that will just do whatever they're fucking told. And we're going up against the top 1% that actually stands up for what they believe in.
They just believe in their cause. I mean, yes, they're the bad guys to us, but we're also the them.
Yeah.
I mean, they attack us because we're the great Satan.
The majority of these fucking people are just sheep. Sheep that will just do
Whatever they're told. There has been a rise in home invasions.
Yeah.
It is now pretty much an epidemic. What's the best weapon for
one tap. Thank you to PROAFK for sponsoring this video. Carrying the mental is exhausting. Exhausted by the mental load that people are expected to carry nowadays is ridiculous. Neurotypical person. Stressed out.
So that was kind of one of those things of many that were obvious to my wife, and she didn't know at the time that ADHD was sort of behind all of that.
You just want this space to just everything that's happening in your too. Oh, you have no invited. Today we're really excited to have Laura Key, ADHD AHA podcast, as well as in charge of content over at understood.org, which is a website I have been obsessed with, and about a topic that is currently very near and dear to my heart as a new mom, which is the mental load. In other words, why I can't keep it together. What by a term we mean by this term when we use it colloquially are two different things. Colloquially, generally, the cognitive and emotional labor of running a household, but you can also have a heavy mental load at work, but it's more about like all the things you're trying to manage, whereas in the research world, specifically the load on memory or your other executive functions, but working memory. So they're very simple, exactly the same thing. We'll explore this more in another. I just want to point out, it's a complicated term. It has different meanings depending on who you talk to. Right now, what we're talking about mental load really as enormity of all of the things that you're trying to manage. But I wanted you to on it too. So Laura, introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm so excited to be here, Jessica. The time on the podcast that I host, ADHD AHA. ADHD AHA is a podcast that is run by a nonprofit, .org. Maybe you've heard of it. If not, check it out. I had a tutorial there, and I have ADHD myself. And
Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan of .org, by the way. If you haven't checked that out, it's a fantastic resource for just understanding your ADHD and is a little bit better. It's also fantastic. I might be a little biased. I got to the audit recently. I will link to that episode in the below so you can go check that out. I'm going to actually remotely done.
like you're right now, Jessica, general today, but I just want to say, if you just want this space to that's happening to me, I would be open. Oh, yeah.
Just invited. First, I want to get on the page. So, what is it that we mean when we say mental? What are we talking about here?
When I'm talking about thinking work, emphasize the word work. Thinking is work, right? Like there's a lot of things that happen in order to plan your day, to figure out what you're going to do next, what you're going to do. It's not the execution of the things that you need to do, which is already really hard. You've got lots of stuff going on, but like the thought process of what needs to happen. And the best kind of example that is the load is it was someone, hey, I can help out, I can make dinner tonight, and then saying, what's for dinner? That what's for dinner is actually the mental load people are carrying, especially, women.
Yeah, so this term got really popular. Colloquially, we talk about a heavy mental load, or what the mental load is, as all of the cognitive and emotional labor in a household, right? Like managing and planning and prioritizing, keeping everybody on track. So a lot of times the stereotype is that the wife, the mom, or whatever is tracking schedule, but everybody's schedule. Go to soccer practice, what night practicing the piano, and what time Susie needs to go to sleep, and she's also like, scheduling her doctor's appointments and her husband's and stuff. And that's a huge, right? Like there's a lot to manage. Anybody with too heavy a mental load is very well. Like we know that it impacts our to get if we're also trying to hold a bunch of stuff in our heads, like we're as well. But for people with that impacts us because we already have executive function challenges, including area of weakness in working memory, like impaired working memory. So if our working memory is already impaired, and then we're trying to manage all of this with impaired disproportionately in.
Right, exactly. Like, how do you really personally, and then we'll get into like what you hear from people on your personally. You're a mom. Yeah, I am a mom. I'm a mom of two. I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old. So there's lots of things to remember. They're both like heavily other activities right now, and there's just so many things to constantly be thinking about. I'll give it of how this has impacted, and it's going to seem small, but like when you add it up, choices that we have to remember. It's just so. My son, right, and they're doing this Junior Olympics thing on Friday of this week, which is so cute. They're going to sign thing. My husband's been really helpful to have a partner who is so helpful, and he's been doing some pickups, execution of the things that were planned because I haven't been able to make it. I've had to come into the office every day, and so I said to him, when you drop off our son, can you please ask the coach at the camp what is supposed to be on Friday? He forgot to do that. I'm not mad at to do that. He forgot. Where on Friday, order something on Amazon or something like that. I don't know. And so I got really, really frustrated around, and a woman with ADHD, it just constantly overflows. You just sometimes in bed because there's too much for tonight or the next part of my life right now that I'm really coping with a lot.
Yeah, so that was the part that I found really interesting. About the ADHD and function that makes it even harder to manage. It's also how we react emotionally to that, right? Like,
totally.
Shut up. You're not saying anything positive.
This month, embrace the chaos with Fanatic Sportsbook. This is the only sportsbook that gives you up to cash on bonus bets, digital and apparel, and so much more. Embrace the chaos all tournament long.
Do you know that people used to buy runes for Elden Ring with... It's as lame as it... For those little raviolis that don't know, currency is called runes, and it's used to buy pretty much almost all of the items, spells, and things available in the game's multiple shops, with a few exceptions like the Dragon Altar shops. But most importantly, runes are used to level up. You spend those precious runes increasing your stats in order to be able to use new weapons to become stronger. You obtain slaying enemies, selling items in shops, or using special items. The catch, though, is that you hold... You either spend them somewhere or die. When you die, the runes you were holding onto are left in a post near the location where you died. You can return to the place where you died and pick them back. Assuming that you don't die on your way back, of course. Because if that's the case, you'll lose forever. This system has been in place since the beginning of Souls games history. And it works wonders, giving the player a second chance, but penalizing them for screwing up. Sadly, even this benevolent system wasn't enough for some really desperate individuals. Basically turned dying into an Olympic sport.
Yo, Tron, why am I kneeling? Oh my god! Stupid game.
They just could not progress the game because it would keep losing runes. So they needed another way of obtaining runes, a way that also involved the most minimal effort possible. Demand. People started selling runes online, a practice has clients up to the almost launch. But of course, blowing up Daddy's credit card just because marking your ass a bit too much was something that a good chunk of the 40-year-old virgins wanted. So there had to be a free get runes, something that required even less effort than buying them. Also leave them hands-free. Enter the AFK farming method. I am that you may have heard of, mostly because Waifu made a small video guide on how AFK farming rise. Although not many people were familiar with the concept in the comments,
So what is an AFK farmer then? Let's start with the basics first. But before we jump into this video, the mystery weapon of our last video was the Albinoric bow. Answered correctly.
Tired of waiting around for results? Can get you ready in just 15 minutes on average. These little dissolvable tablets.
Oh boy. Alright, we're caffeinated, dude. This guy's way too. Just a warning, my neighbors are here and they're being super loud. Serum 2 is a thing? There's no way. Oh boy. How did this happen? When did Serum 2 come out? Go buy this free update. Oh. Please. I will. Expert is the only company, the only plugin company that I can use it on as many devices as I want. They're one of the last remaining to do that. Dude, man. Legend. Guess what we're playing with Serum 2 today? Damn, Serum 2, dude? I never thought we'd see the day. Next door or something. Definitely. Damn, it's a gig and a half. Where are we? Whoa. I'm not going to Serum 2 yet. I'm just looking at it. It's really good. There's noise oscillator, 2 filters, a sub. We got. We're gonna dive in. We're definitely gonna dive into there. Wow, that looks really clean. I just moved to Vegas. What do you think of the Mexican food here compared to California? Well, I was born in PA. I don't know if Vegas is better. Taco stand is fucking gas. There go my neighbors, pump up. I don't know. Vegas has every kind of food. You can get authentic as Mexican and also authentic as Chinese. Without beans because they make me diarrhea. Check something off a bucket list when I randomly ran into you at E3 2000. Action Con, Fortnite Con, weird anime titty VR game on Steam Con. That's the new thing coming out soon. Weeaboo Con, I believe that's what it's called. Coming out, it's set to come out soon. See what happens. Will you ever make funk? I've made a couple funk beats, but I do feel like a lot of stuff like funk is like plateaued. Like I don't think there's a whole lot more you could do with it. I hope I'm incorrect because I love this shit. All seriousness, what's the best way to learn Ableton? And I assume trial and error, but any other tips? It depends. If you've never done music before, say just watch a ton of Ableton tutorials on YouTube. If you can, it's like find one. I remember who was I watching back in the day? It's just long hair and glasses on YouTube years ago. Hi, I'm boyinaband.com. Yeah, it was Boy in a Band. I think that was his name. But find as tutorials because a lot of people different ways, so it doesn't matter who, but find like one good dude, one guy who does just like watch all of his stuff, and then you can reach a point where you need more, search a little bit more. What I did was like you search how to blank in Ableton. So if you have experience in like let's say you're using Logic, you can do Ableton. Or do dumbasses too. Low key. New album April 3rd, dude. I'm so fucking excited. You don't know Corbin, you listen to Ghost with Skin, listen to Mourn, listen to everything. Yeah, it's leaked, I guess, on YouTube. With chains now. There's been these videos and everything, which is people telling me that they've been listening to me since they were a kid, and it's cool.
He
I
is
never
my
really
brave.
put myself in that position where I'm thinking like, this will really matter to somebody. It's cool, is what I'm saying, and I appreciate the love. I know it's not the most tip-top numbers, but we're doing it, and I'm having a great time. It's really fun. I like preparing for this, even if I have nothing to talk about or nothing to do. It's dope. Much love to y'all. It's fucking cool. Honestly, done streams and, you know, yourself, which is worth it, and turns out it is, and great, and yeah, I appreciate it. Career, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Straight love. Yeah, my family. I remember I was living with my dad. I was working at our doing show. Dad knows bagels, which is the same thing as I while playing show. And I got a job at a smoke shop. Jobs I hated. It was the coolest because I sold hookahs and shit to my boys. And then that was the job, and that was like the turning point of my career. It's like when people talk about, I'm not religious, but I'm not enough to understand and respect religion now. I think I was very ignorant when I was younger. But when people say God's plan, or like the suffering cycle or whatever, it's kind of like that's the shit that I see. Like when that was bad sense, you can choose to treat it as such, as bad news, and let it ruin your day or your career. My life is over, blah blah blah. Whether it's breaking up with someone, breaking your arm, missing a show, school. I worked at Up and Smoke, which is a legendary San Jose smoke shop. Smoke, and it got to the point where I was doing too many shows, and they were like, "Dude, we need you here," and so they let me go, and I was kind of bummed at first. That I wouldn't have been able to when I first, and yeah, all of that. But after the first tour was when my dad was like, "Live with me for free. You gotta go to school," and so I saved a bunch of money, bought a car. But I mean, he was mad supportive, which is kind of the standard dad shit. Get on the Danny Brown podcast, bro. I'd love to. No one ever fucking or gets back to me about any of that shit. So, you know, maybe someday. Someday podcast. Yeah, do Corbin. Amazing. My favorite thing about Corbin is how it's kind of Corbin because he's untouchable. How like since day one listening to Corbin or Spooky, it's always just like on his time, which is great because you never know when post anything or talk and say anything, and when it comes out, it's like, oh my god. And my favorite thing, I'm sorry, I'm fucking glazing this for you now. My favorite shit about Corbin is in the past couple years, fucking top to Morn, which I didn't think was possible. You guess the lyrics, you look, whatever you do, don't go on Genius for lyrics, because Genius is the Wikipedia of music. So I can go on there right now and go on. I think the lyrics are songwriter, dude. It's the biggest no. That's not directed to anyone, just in general. But Corbin, after like a year after Ghost of Skin came out, he put the lyrics on Spotify, the official lyrics, and like you think you know what they are, and then you read what they actually are, and they're so much more profound, and like seeing his songwriting abilities get so much better, and like good. It was Morn came out when I ended like a super long breakup. And I was just listening to that shit nonstop, like, dude, I know, I fucking feel you, bro. So good, dude. So riddle too. Shlomo and Simon, I know, work with him a lot, same with Bobby. And what it seems like, this is my guess, I'm just gonna talk about songwriting for other artists, and I bet it is his passion project, and it's kind of like this is truly what I love to do, and this is my baby, so I'm gonna do it on my watch. My shit. You should sell out as soon as you get the chance, because coming from a dude that I missed so many financial opportunities, and now I'm definitely not broke. I would be so much more rich if I sold out a little bit. So sell out, everybody do it. Just keep your music good. Anybody here with play test? Skateboard play test? Anybody here with fuck? Hey yo, anybody here with fuck with the skateboard play test? Hey yo, because I have, and it's very fun. It's about my 6'1", and of course it's a secret. We can't talk about it, even though they're gonna 2 fucking weeks. I'm not gonna talk about it. I will say, reading on this bullshit is so fun. It's so much fun. Everybody knows there's microtransactions in it. What do you expect? For like 10, what the fuck do you expect? I'll tell you, I'm not gonna give you any specifics, but I played 1, 2, and 3, and I played about 3 to 4 Skater XL. Session's garbage, so we're not. Looks great. Session looks great, but it's garbage. Skater XL. I've really played skateboarding games, and I will tell you, Skate 4 is the one. It's the one. And it's got its problems, and it's got its bugs, and it's like it's got, everyone's complaining that it looks too cartoony. In the franchise, that doesn't look cartoony, bro. Everyone's like, Skate 1 and 2 look so much more real. Skate 1 and 2 had Instagram that'll be in Skate 4 too. Yeah, there's microtransactions. It's so fun. And the best part is it's not even out yet, so they're gonna keep adding it. I played the first one, dude. So fun, and now it's gotten so much better. And I feel like people are only pissed probably because they're not playing it. Skate 4, the one. Super buggy, super fun, but everything is great. And yeah, there's some shit I hope they'll add. I'm wishing, but I'm not gonna say. But I'm sure. And oh, we need a story mode, dude. Oh, we need a story mode. Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be a story mode. Fuck, dude. In the fuck, if there's a game coming out with a story mode and you're playtesting it to the public, why would you put anything from the story in it? Everyone's like, there's no pros, there's no story, there's no, like, dude, if you're testing out the functionality of the game and showing the map and showing the tricks and everything you can do in it, like, want to get the game later if they're shit in it, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of contractually with them, if they have pros, which I'm sure they do, you'd think they would keep that shit a little secret. I would. Keep it a little secret so you can get, oh shit, all of that stuff's in it too? Yes. Have great. It's coming from your boy. Everything either. You can play the whole game to unlock shit. You don't have to buy everything, so stop crying about it. Every game has microtransactions. Great game. Best. You could have one animal alive, extinct, mythical, whatever, whom you could speak to it telepathically. What would you choose and why? You probably reason with it. So probably a super dangerous animal. Bigfoot would be chill, but I feel like he would stink. A monkey would be chill, but I feel like it would stink. Saber-tooth tiger. Cool. Some shit fish. Because they're online, you check them on. Yo, what's up, dog? You need some shit? And they're like, nah, bro, I'm chilling. Put them in a fishbowl, watch the fucking game. Watch the big gang. Fishes. Maybe, nah, birds are fucking gay. Maybe like a cute little dinosaur. A cute little woolly guy. Velociraptor. Maybe. Like a dwarf. Velociraptor. Damn, yo, I got a fucking urine real quick. Little bitch break. You old blonde person. Here, let me give you this cool graphic that I'm still super proud of.
Over 11 million people 100% free with TurboTax each year. And qualify too. After all, about 37% of taxpayers qualify. Keep in mind, for people filing a simple tax return using IRS Form 1040, including taxpayers who claim earned income tax credit, and student loan interest deduction. Getting started is easy. Just open the website. Use simple questions about your life. TurboTax Free Edition offers things you'll need. We'll guide you step by step and even import information. Or snap a W-2 and we'll autofill your